What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man Patrick Blue, aka Just Incredible, coming to you guys on this Thursday afternoon. The time is now 4:30 in the afternoon. Um, I've been speaking this word over and over and over again for a while now. Um, this year, 2018, has been a very hard year for me. Extremely hard to the point where I have almost gotten to the point where I just want to give up. Like take whatever money I got in my savings and just move, go away, leave, leave the area. And I have enough money to do so, but I'm like, no, that's me escaping reality. I said, I can't do that. I realize I have to do what's necessary to change the situation at hand. Because if I don't, these same problems will follow me to wherever I go, which is not a solution. It's not in any way a solution. So today, I made the first step in, well, not the first, well, one of the first steps in changing my life. Yes, I'm trying to change my life for the better, despite what anyone says, what anyone thinks, or anyone's opinions. Um, and this is a several step process. And so the first part has been completed. Actually, the first two parts have been completed. Yes. Um, today, well, the first part was successfully auditioning for a talent agency, and they want to use me. They want to start placing me as soon as possible. So that was the best part I could possibly have gotten, or one of the best parts I could have possibly gotten, and that came to me last week. No, excuse me. No, came to me this Monday. Yes, that good news came to me on Monday. Yeah, so that was a beautiful start to my week. An absolute beautiful start to my week. And I spent all day Tuesday and Wednesday just chilling, relaxing, and basking in that amazing news. To see a talent agency want you for the talent, the gifts that you have. They see that you can sing, they see that you have the acting ability, you can dance, you do stand up, you have all of these features, all of these credentials and talent, and that we can use you in several different places. And that's what I want. My life's goal is to be an entertainer, ultimately a singer. But if I can be an all-around entertainer, that'd be great. I honestly look at myself, and this is not to be conceited, arrogant, cocky in any way, shape, or form. I look at this as an honor. I kind of consider myself as a baby or a mini Jamie Foxx. If you look at Jamie Foxx's career, he's done pretty much everything that I just listed. Jamie's been a stand-up comic. Jamie can dance, no question about that. The boy can sing, and yes, he's a great actor. So these are all things that I'm very talented at. So that's why I say I kind of look at myself as a baby or a mini Jamie Foxx. So the fact that this talent agency is so very interested in me is a very exciting thing. So I like to see where they try to start placing me. So this is gonna be fun. The second part to this wonderful situation, this situation turning out to be very good, was today I decided to pull a little money out of my 401k. I pulled 11,000 net out of my 401k, and I'm going to use this money to buy a car. Now I have been without a car since August. Yeah, it was since August, and it's now November. So August, September, October, and now November. So I'm like, yo, I've never been without transportation that long. Never, since I had my first car, I've never been without transportation. So for me to not have was an absolute horror, a nightmare for me. I can't even put it any other way. It was a nightmare for me. The last 3 months without transportation has been an utter nightmare for me. So to know that I can now correct this situation feels good. It feels so good, y'all. You just don't know. So I've got my money coming in like 2 to 3 days. I just got the confirmation, the verification of the transaction, the phone call from my retirement provider less than an hour ago. I did the paper online transaction request about an hour and a half ago. And then literally 30 minutes later, the gentleman, Richard, called me from the benefits provider saying, hey, we wanted to verify all of this information, make sure that it was actually you processing the transaction. I'm like, cool, no problem. It was literally a 5-minute phone call. And so for there, they're basically going to call the employer with which I had the 401k, or excuse me, 403b, because they were just with a nonprofit. But yeah, we'll say 401k for the benefit, for the sake of this video. But they are going to call my former employer just to verify everything. And then once that's done, in fact, that'll probably happen either today or tomorrow. And then from there, 2 to 3 business days later, I will have my check for 11,000 some odd dollars. I don't even know that they're all the small change, but all as I know, I have $11,000 coming to me, and that is a blessing. That gives me more than enough money to get myself a reliable used car. And I'm not talking about a rinky-dink car. I want something that's nice. I don't need luxury. I do not need luxury, but I want something that's nice, reliable, preferably low miles, and something that is going to be good for driving Uber. Yes. So that is the next step in my process. Got the money out. So now we're going to go buy this car. And once we buy this car, we're going to start driving Uber. I swear, we're going to start driving Uber ASAP. We've got to get this money in. My money situation has been real bad lately, yo. Being out of work since May, and having minimal income, unemployment doesn't provide you with. Unemployment literally provides you with $367 a week after taxes. That is not enough for anyone to survive on. That is literally living at the poverty level. Yeah. Go and do your research. See what the poverty line in your area is. And I guarantee you that $367 per week is below that poverty line, at least for the state of Maryland it is. So I'm like, I've got to change the situation. So I'm going to start driving Uber as soon as I get this car squared away. And then from there, it's all about stacking my dough. I can't do anything until I get this dough squared away. And once I do, it's all a breeze from there. I figure driving Uber and or Lyft is probably the quickest and easiest way to make some money. And the reason I want to do this is because for the last 20 years, since 1999, I have been living under the thumb of somebody's supervisor. And at the same time, I have been somebody's supervisor or manager. I'm tired of working the 9 to 5. I like desk jobs, don't get me wrong. I liked being a paper pusher. It's what I enjoy. It allowed me to network with people as I got out of the office to go to conferences and things of that nature. However, it restricted me in what I wanted to do in my freedom. You got to be in the office 8 hours a day. You get vacation time, but beyond that, you got to be here. You got to follow these directions. You got to do this, that, and the other in a certain order. It's got to be done by a deadline. And then you have to pass direction on to somebody else. And if that person doesn't do it right, it falls on you. I'm done with that. I'm done with anyone's 9 to 5. I'm done with the world's 9 to 5 thought process, the way of thinking, the regimented way of thinking that America has grown into. I'm beyond that now. I'm looking for freedom. I haven't had real freedom in my life in 20 years, to be quite honest with you. And at the same time, this is going to afford me an opportunity for a little bit of relaxation. It is now November 2018. The last real vacation that I had was November 2016. I took a trip to Jamaica right before I started my last job. And it was an excellent vacation. Loved it. Went by myself. Had a ball. Had an absolute ball. And would definitely go back again. I'm a traveler to Caribbean islands. It's what I love. I love beaches. I love Caribbean beaches because they give you that nice crystal blue water and that nice white sand. That is heaven to me. In my eyes, that's what heaven looks like. For me, that would be heaven. So, as my money starts to roll in, there are going to be things that I'm going to treat myself to that I have not had the opportunity to treat myself to over the last 2 years off of grinding, pushing, working, doing what I got to do to make sure things are taken care of. But at the same time, I have to realize that while I'm taking care of these responsibilities, I'm shortchanging my life in a sense. I'm really shortchanging my life. I'm taking years away from my life because of this stress. And I gotta stop that. It has to end. So these are the steps I'm doing right now to make all of that come to an end and bring my life full circle back to the happiness that I had 2016 and prior. Prior to 2017, 2017 wasn't bad. I just busted my ass the whole year to prove myself in a new job. And I did that. I did just that. But 2016 and beyond, I traveled like crazy. from literally for a 16-year period. 2000, I took my first and yeah, 2000, my first trip out of the country. I went to Puerto Rico, and just about every year, almost every year since then, 2000 through 2016, I went somewhere. I was on somebody's island somewhere. If I wasn't on an island, I was in some European country, And I'll give an example. It was 2005, I want to say 2005. I went to Paris. I sang in Paris for my birthday. Yes. I sang with a group called the Heritage Signature Chorale. We were commissioned to perform in Paris. Amazing performance. And so I got to sing in Paris, y'all. But it was a vacation for me. So, having the opportunity to not only travel and do what I want felt great, but the fact that now I'm going to have this freedom and travel where I want, and most importantly, when I want, not being held back by anyone's time constraints, deadlines, or anything of that nature, no one's direction. I'm tired of being told what to do. The only person in this life who should be able to tell me what to do is the good Lord above. That's it. I'm a grown ass man. Not that I have problems with taking direction, not at all. I take direction very well, but it makes it harder to take direction when you don't have a little bit of freedom to go along with it. And this is the freedom that I need. No supervisor, no regimented hours, no set schedule of having something done by a certain time. Those are all things I am over, completely over. And I pray to God that I never have to go back there. Pray. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that that never happens, that I never go back there. So this is a huge step for me in finding my happiness, finding my true joy, finding my light. And I thank God for showing me this. He's like, I'm testing you. He guy's like, look, I'm gonna test you this year. You've had a gravy. Here is your true test in life right here. I'm gonna test your health. I'm gonna test your mind, your spirituality, and I'm gonna test your mental fortitude. And he tested all four. All four, yes. Started out with the health, and from there, it came the mental fortitude. The fact that you're dealing with one being ill and then recovering from that illness, yes, but then the mindset of, okay, damn, I've got to get back in shape, got to get myself back in order, and in doing so, I realized that there were a lot of people who weren't there for me along the way, and that's fine. Those people have made their way out of my lives, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But I see now that there's nobody who is going to help me achieve my happiness. Nobody. Ain't nobody gonna do it for me but me. And as I'm seeking to find my joy, these are the steps that are necessary. And mind you, I'm not concerned with anyone else's opinion, what they have to say, what they may be concerned about, or whatever. This is a decision that I've made for myself. And I would hope that some of these people out here would support me, while I know there are others that are not going to. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But my point is, my happiness is of the utmost importance to me. And I'm doing what I have to do to maintain it, to regain my happiness. Because I have not been 100% happy all this year. All this year. I have not had real happiness in all of 2018. And that's not me. That is not Patrick Ballou, just incredible. It is not. I almost have gotten to the point where I've had to, I don't say I've had to let go, but I haven't been motivated to be my just incredible personality because it requires energy. And it's energy that I didn't have. It was mental energy that I didn't have. And then spiritually, at one time, and I hate saying this, but I thought God had forgotten about me. I really did. For a moment there, I thought God had forgotten about me. And that's a terrible thing to say. I know for a fact that God will never leave me, nor will he forsake me. And he has never forgotten about me. But to go through the things that I went through this year alone, I was like, okay, Lord, what have I done wrong? And how can I fix this? And I spoke to God. I prayed. Like, I literally would sit on my deck and physically talk like I'm holding a conversation with God. And then at the same time, I pray daily. As soon as I roll over in the morning, I pray to God, I say, thank you for waking me up this morning, Lord. I thank you for that blessing. I thank you for yesterday's blessings, and I thank you for the blessings that will take place today. A very simple prayer. Not a very difficult or complicated prayer, but it is a prayer to show God thanks. So, in all these things, I realize now that I am so blessed, so very blessed. I have been put through a test. And now, hopefully, once it's all done and said and done, I will have one hell of a testimony, y'all. Let me tell you. So I can't wait to see how this turns out. I'm excited. I'm excited to regain my joy and watch it grow like it was before, all before 2017. Yeah, so thank y'all for joining me on this quick little video. It's been about 15 minutes now. I had to get this out of my head. It's been in my head for a while now, like a couple weeks, and I'm just now taking action on trying to get my happiness back. Trying to get my happiness back. So, you know, having taken the steps necessary, I feel good. I feel confident. I feel God is on my side, and I am going to take this and run. God said, "You prayed for it, you worked for it, so here it is. Now take it and run." But that doesn't mean you stop praying, and it surely does not mean you stop working. And I see that now. I prayed and worked and prayed and worked through this whole year, and now it is finally paying off. So I thank God for blessing me with this, y'all. Again, thank y'all for checking me out. I hope you have a great Thursday. I'm about to sit back, chill, watch a little bit of American Dad. Family Guy comes on after that. And then from there, I will find something to eat for the evening, and I'm going to chill for the night, y'all. Y'all have a great evening. Deuces, peace and blessings, and love you all. God bless.